It's been almost 2 years since I quit my job to pursue being a full-time creative. I didn't even know what it was going to look like at that time, but here I am now at 27, making art and videos for a living. A life that little Elena could only have dreamt of. The hardest part about making this leap was giving myself permission to jump. Permission to accept the fact that a creative life doesn't necessarily look like what some people think life is supposed to be. I credit almost all of my growth as an artist to The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and according to Cameron, every person is born creative, whether they view themselves to be that way or not. Completing her 12-week course, I finally discovered the beauty of incorporating art into my everyday life and reframing this whole idea of needing to strive for high art, perfection, or creating solely in spurts. So much of my creativity is bolstered by the small rituals I practice every single day. It's taken me a long time to accept the fact that these rituals are what make me whole and productive as a person and artist, and that's why I wanted to film this little day in the life for you guys, to hopefully inspire you to live a life that is truly tailored to you and a life that makes you feel inspired and whole. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday. We've had quite a rainy week here, and I've sort of been a little bit in my head this week, a little bit negative, and I haven't gotten as much work done because of that as I would have liked to. So I'm going to work on a Sunday, although I don't really want to call it work. I want to think of it as play. I know that technically Sundays are meant for resting, but I also find it helpful to remind myself sometimes that the days of the week are merely a social construct, and you can structure your days and your life however you like to. I've been really neglecting to journal when I start my days, my creative days. Honestly, a little bit slack in the mornings, and that's totally fine. To be honest, sometimes I find that doing morning pages can hinder me instead of help me. Something that I know that always helps me are doing some affirmations before I start my day. Now I know this can sound a little bit woo-woo, but I was just flipping back on my copy of The Artist's Way while preparing for filming this video today. What Julia Cameron says here, that affirmations help achieve a sense of safety and hope, I feel like is really true. They can feel really cringy in the moment, but it's a very useful practice in telling your brain, I am safe, I am worthy, I am deserving, whatever it might be for you. So I'm gonna do some little affirmations to start this morning, and I think after being stuck in such a negative mindset for the past week, this is going to be really, really helpful. I want to start this next week on a clean slate. Cannot believe how warm it is out here today. Honestly, yesterday was thunderstorms, non-stop rain. It was freezing. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but it's 30 degrees and I get to wear this cute little outfit. I've been really missing riding my bike and taking myself out on little dates, because riding in the rain is one thing I just can't do. It's too much of a mess. So I'm excited to get out today, and I recently did a little wardrobe clean out, and just like I like to, you know, tidy my house or clean my house or my space before I start each day. Crazy, I know. A wardrobe clean out is like the best clean slate. Helped me so much to get dressed every day. It's really good to get rid of that old stagnant energy and start anew, start fresh, become a little bit of a new version of yourself. I've also recently picked up some new pieces like this little outfit I'm wearing today, but I'll tell you about that in a second. I wanted to pick a bag for my little solo date today, and I've got these two here, which are my two current favorite bags that I've been like non-stop rotating at the moment. You would have seen me unbox this in my latest video. These are from SONGMONT, and I'm so incredibly excited to say that SONGMONT is actually sponsoring this video. I can't believe it because I'm obsessed with all of their products, because they just make the most gorgeous, stunning, considered leather bags in a style that I really love, that really aligns with me. This one I've had for a while now, and this has really been a useful laptop bag, work bag, travel bag. I took it to Sydney with me as a little carry-on bag recently. You can change the shape on the side with these little clasps here. It's obviously more than big enough for a laptop. And all the little details, like this spot to put a keyring, they have the cutest keyrings as well. And this spot here to pop your phone, like this hidden front pocket. It's just so perfect. I'm so obsessed with this bag, and the color as well just goes with everything. But this is my new baby, and this is what I think I'm going to be wearing today. I'm so incredibly obsessed with the shape and the feel of this bag. The leather is so supple and soft, and there are so many different ways to wear it. It obviously has this gorgeous gather detailing, so you can change the shape as well to be more of a rectangle or more of this like dumpling shape. The shoulder strap is how the gather mechanism sort of works, but it does have this detachable crossbody strap. I can't wait to bring this traveling with me. I think the crossbody is going to be so useful for that. I guess the main thing is that it fits my journal and a book so comfortably, and this vlogging camera. So I just took this bag with me to Sydney to test it out before filming this video, and I used it basically every day. I also got so many compliments on it, which is really nice. Just attached another one of their little key rings. The sound that this one makes is so satisfying. I'm so happy to be sharing these pieces with you guys. This really is one of my favorite brands, and luckily I have a really exciting discount code for you. All the details are in the first line of the description. This is your sign to treat yourself with that pretty bag that's been on your wish list. Okay, so this is my full outfit of the day. I'm wearing this gorgeous set that I recently picked up at the Daisy Studio store in Sydney. I think it's actually on sale now for their Black Friday, which is really annoying that I bought it before I knew about the sale. I love the color, and the material is so easy to throw on for summer. And then I'm just pairing it with my little Aloha's ballet flats that perfectly match the leather of this bag, the gorgeous SONGMONT bag. You can't really tell, it's showing up as black on camera, but it's actually this gorgeous, really, really dark brown. Okay, well, I'm hungry. It's time to go get myself a little drink. You know the drill, take my journal out, get the creative juices flowing for this day. I want this to be the best positive start to a new week for me. Cafe dates are my favorite kind of artist date. That's why I do them so often. I mean, of course it's nice to take yourself out for a little drink and a treat, but I get so inspired by being in beautiful places, people watching, observing, and existing in the community for a little slice of my day, which is really important since I work from home. And I love writing while I'm here, but lately I've been really enjoying doing these little sketches. It's a nice way to loosen myself up and practice observing differently. My studio has kind of been a mess all week because I've had my ceramics set up out all week. I haven't tidied it away. I have been getting back into clay in a big way this week, and I mentioned to you guys the negativity that I've been feeling. Without even thinking about it, I've been using clay as a way to work through those negative feelings. I honestly didn't consciously think about that choice. It's just something that I was drawn to, and I let myself be guided by that. And then, yeah, without even planning it, I made my first ever vessel since my university days, and I was so bad at making vessels of this size back in those days. This is like the biggest thing I've probably made in over 5 years. I've been too scared to do something like this for so long, and I'm so incredibly proud of it. You know, my signature face on it, this beautiful big belly vessel. I've been so inspired by this new clay that I've gotten. I don't really know how it's gonna fire. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna like it, but it's been really fun to work with. I'm also really drawn to the color, but it's gonna be very different once it's actually fired. So this is my beautiful vessel. Let's pray she has a safe journey to the kiln. I don't know how I'm going to transport her. Today I wanted to make use of what I've already got set up, this mess here. I have this little candle holder that I made in uni. This was part of my final, I guess, showcase. And you might be like, girl, what is that? Yeah, this has been knocked around by my cat, Miffy, and chipped. It had a beautiful swirly handle, and I want to remake it with this clay. This one is terracotta, and I did a white Mallorca glaze with some cobalt blue stripes. My whole final collection at uni was so special to me with this style, and I always say to you guys that my degree was kind of pointless, and I think like the actual university side of it, like the teachers and what I got out of that felt pointless. But I don't think I have really realized until now and recently, looking back, my final year of uni when I had my own little studio and I was coming up with my thesis for my final work, that has been the foundation of my artistic style and me really finding my voice as an artist and who I am. And this is one of the pieces really that has defined me. It feels wrong for me to not have this in my life, so I want to recreate it, make something similar to it, to have to sort of remind me of this moment and how far I've come as an artist. I guess I wanted to give you guys an update on how I'm going in terms of my business, because while preparing for this video I was also rereading back some of my favorite passages from Rick Rubin's Creative Act, A Way of Being, as well as The Artist's Way, obviously. On one of the first pages, Rubin talked about the fact that what you make as an artist doesn't have to be recorded, sold, or encased in glass for it to be a work of art. I think that's something really important to remember, you know, in this social media age, witnessing people's successes, wanting to grow your following and watch the numbers go up, it can be easy to fall into a trap of feeling the need to record your art or create art that is algorithm friendly or monetize your creative practice. Even though I'm filming today, I have been taking a real step back from forcing myself to post about and monetize my art, especially my ceramics. I've closed my online shop since before I went to Europe months ago now, and some might see this as a failure, some might see this as super unproductive, but for me it's really given my creativity the space to grow. As you can see by this, I feel like if my store was open and I had been really focused on that, I would have felt too pressured and not safe enough and calm enough to experiment with pieces like this. I know that might sound silly, but I'm just now finding myself create things for fun and for me, and I have this sort of body of work now that I feel like has just flowed out of me. It's a really exciting new direction for me. I'm very happy about it. have a new toy, guys. Let me introduce you to my omnichord. This was a little bit of an impulse purchase, honestly, which is kind of crazy, but on my Sydney trip when I was with my brothers, we were discussing all of our like hopes and dreams and talking about what it means to like live a creative life. We were just talking about all of the silly little dreams that we had and encouraging each other to follow those dreams or those interests. And something that I have always loved but I haven't really had the courage to tap into is music, and I'm not a good musician by any means, guys. I just think it's really fun to play and experiment with music. I always have. On this Sydney trip, I actually discovered my old YouTube videos that are privated on my account, but one of them was a ukulele cover of The Vamps, which is just so funny. I've always loved playing music just in my bedroom, playing guitar. Yeah, I would never stick to it because I'm so impatient, and if I'm not like good at something straight away, I'll get bored of it, which is really stupid and perfectionist. But what the great thing about the omnichord is, one, you don't really have to have any musical abilities because all of these buttons here are basically all of the chords. C, G, D, A, E. There are all a bunch of different sounds. This is the classic omnichord sound. Harp, which is my favorite. Celeste, which is what I was just playing for you. I also really like this one. But yeah, this has been really nice. It's just been, I don't know, really nice to be comfortable with being bad at something. I feel like that really rounds you out as an artist to try something new out of your comfort zone, something that you're really not good at, and just play and have fun with it. And this has been, yeah, really, really fun. It is like a toy, and I hope I just, I don't know, get to keep learning and evolving this side of me with this. It's so much fun. It feels like a true summer night tonight. I thought I would take myself out for a little evening stroll. No headphones, just the sound of my little ASMR keychain. It's such a nice night. Sunday night in alone in my pink bedroom. Hey Owen! This is my safe space. I've made myself a little magnesium drink, delicious. And I'm just going to wind down for the night. I was supposed to finish writing my first Substack post, TBD on whether that's out by the time that I've posted this video. I think I'm gonna wind down by reading my book. I spoke about this in my last video, but before I talk about this, I just wanted to mention, in my last video I mentioned Swallowing Geography by Deborah Levy and that I was reading it and I wanted to finish it, and I said I loved her language but I wasn't so sure about the story. It felt really disjointed to me, and I thought that was because I was feeling very like out of sorts at the time, but I discovered when I finished it that that's how it was written, very disjointed and kind of abstract. And once I sort of accepted that, I really, really enjoyed this. She paints the most beautiful scenes of a European summer. I think that's honestly one of the things that Levy is best at. So go and read this book. I think you guys would really like it. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to get into In Other Words by Jhumpa Lahiri. Only on page 18 here. I've been trying to read it in Italian first and then highlight and make note of the words that I don't know. Something that I forgot, because I'm obviously rereading this book, but something that I forgot before reading it again is the fact that she actually wrote this in Italian. Not only did she write it in Italian from scratch, she didn't use English at all, but it says in her foreword for this book that she continued all of her correspondence, all of her writing in Italian after she learned it, or I guess it was a process of learning it. She literally learned Italian from scratch and wrote a book from scratch, just having a pure and deep passion for the language. So crazy, and I feel definitely very far behind. I literally am Italian and I can't imagine writing a book. I feel like I need to do my part by reading it. Com'è possibile sentirmi esiliata da una lingua che non è la mia, che non conosco? How is it possible to feel myself esiliata? Non so che significa esiliata. Exiled. Com'è possibile sentirmi esiliata da una lingua che non è la mia, che non conosco? How is it possible to feel exiled from a language that isn't mine, that I don't know? Forse perché io sono una scrittrice che non appartiene del tutto a nessuna lingua. Forse perché io sono una scrittrice che non appartiene del tutto a nessuna lingua. La tesi parlerà di un altro schisma tra la lingua e l'ambiente. Parlerà, will speak. The first teacher is a Milanese woman who lives in Boston. Faccio I compiti, supero gli esami. I do the homework, I pass the exam. Reading this makes me feel like I don't know any Italian at all. That's really sad. Well, guys, I think that honestly brings us to the end of this video. I've had so much fun filming this today. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all of your kind words always on my channel. I cannot tell you how much they mean to me, and also meeting you guys in real life who have told me that you watch my videos, like that is the biggest compliment you could ever give me, just the fact of you being here. Even if you don't comment anything, even if we never meet, the fact that you're here watching makes me the happiest I could ever be. I never would have thought I could actually have a YouTube channel that garnered any sort of following. That's always been my dream. I know I go on and on about it, but yeah, it just means so much to me. We're on 38,000 subscribers. I had a really big goal to hit 50k at the end of this year, which I don't think will happen, but I would love to hit 40,000 by the start of 2026. So if you're here and you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to be a part of this community and my lovely little dream world. I wanted to just finish on a little passage from Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. I've literally only talking about the artist way in this book, in this video, but it's his chapter on success. He says, "How shall we measure success? It isn't popularity, money, or critical esteem. Success occurs in the privacy of the soul. It comes in the moment you decide to release the work, before exposure to a single opinion. when you've done all you can to bring out the work's greatest potential, when you're pleased and ready to let go. Success has nothing to do with variables outside yourself. To move forward is an act of success. Our calling is to make beautiful works to the best of our ability. Sometimes they will be applauded or rewarded, sometimes not. If we second guess our inner knowing to attempt to predict what others may like, our best work will never appear. I think that's very apt for the ending of this. And this little video has been my own little creation of today. It's made me very happy. And I know I say this all the time, but if you are someone who has big hopes and dreams, I don't know, to post online, to be a playwright, to be an actor, to be an artist, to be a lawyer, to be whatever the heck you want to be, I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I truly, truly wish for you to succeed in anything you do in life. There is room for all of us to thrive and succeed in this world, and you are deserving of every success and every dream that you wish for, and you are talented, and everything that you create is beautiful because you've created it, because it is true to you. I think after my negative headspace week, it's been really important for me as well to remind myself of things. And I think I also just wish sometimes that some of the other people that I look up to would say the same things. But I want to be that person for you guys, just to tell you that, yeah, I'm really rooting for all of you, not just myself, because I wouldn't be here without you, and I would have nothing if not for the inspiration of you guys and other people. So yeah, love you lots and lots. Un bacio e un grande abbraccio. Buonanotte.